You're listening to Marketing Tips with Meliss podcast.
Welcome to Marketing Tips with Meliss podcast. And now your host, Meliss Jakubovic.
Hey, everybody. Today, I'm bringing to you a very good question that came up in the community. And that is, should you have a narrow niche? So in case you don't know, a niche is when you get super specific on who it is you help, and that is where you drive most of your traffic. And therefore, most of your clientele, if not all, is from that same specific industry or type of person. And there's an understanding that when you get really, really specific, more and more business comes to you. Now, while you're in this transition from serving everyone to serving a very specific person, it may be a little bit hard to see why there's a benefit to niching down. And when you're going through this transition, you might say, why am I churning all these people down? I don't know if this is the right thing I should be doing. So this comes up a lot in the community. And that's why I thought, what a great idea to put this in a podcast and help you guys out once and for all. So I want to just talk to you a little bit about all the pros for niching down, and then I will tell you what to do if you're just starting out, because I know that there's a little bit of anxiety around that. When you're just starting out, do you need a niche? So we'll get into that too. So basically, when you niche down, it will deter people from wanting to work with you. And this happens with me still today. Because what happens is you become polarizing. And that's a good thing in marketing. So when you become polarizing, people don't want to work with you. It deters people from wanting to work with you. But the cool thing about being polarizing is that at the same time, you are also extremely attractive. So the wrong people won't want to work with you, and the exact right person will. So this means that you can perfect your signature offer and create a proprietary system that solves one problem for one type of person, and then you can be the go-to person for that specific issue for that specific person. And it's really cool because what happens is all the right people start finding you. So sometimes when you decide to niche down, if you're going through that transition, clients that no longer fit the mold you may not be able to serve them as well. And then they might get angry with you, or they may request for you to break out of your niche. But if you intentionally stick with your specialty, you will want to find more and more people in that specialty, in that industry, that niche. And if your worry is that you won't find enough people, what you could do is collaborate with other people who have overlapping niches. So this is a good way to remove that fear of, I'm not going to be able to work with all these people, or maybe I'll be bored in this one niche, or I don't know if this is the right niche for me. So what you can do is collaborate with other people who have overlapping niches, and this works really well. So for example, I strategize digital marketing tactics for the health and wellness field, but I could easily collaborate with a copywriter who serves health and wellness individuals. So we could each help each other out by sharing the audience and offering each other's services to our own clientele. And what this does is it builds trust with my audience that I can provide a strong contact and something I know that they will benefit from, and vice versa. So if there is a health and wellness copywriter and she serves a large audience and her audience needs Facebook ads or marketing strategy, she can send them to me, or she can even offer my services to her audience. It's not a conflict of interest because it's not copywriting, and it will position her as the expert who is able to have really good contacts that she wants to share with her audience. So it actually makes her look better and stronger because she has a good contact who she trusts. So her audience is going to trust me if I'm her contact, and then I have access to her entire market and her audience, and vice versa. I could say, hey, I know this really cool health and wellness copywriter. If you want them to write your sales pages, then you should buy her products or you should get in contact with her. And it opens up my entire audience to her. Now, we do copywriting in Meliss Marketing Agency, but that was just an example. So I want you to think about who overlaps with you, where you guys share an audience and you can collaborate. And I heard this once online and I really like it. It's where you think of this giant blue ocean as the whole market. And you need to be different. You need to step out and show how you are unique. Because, for example, in health and life coaching, there are millions of health and life coaches out there. And the reason why someone is going to go to you versus another one is because of what you bring to the table, what makes you different, what makes you unique, whether that's your lifestyle or a proprietary system. So why would I go visit you, life coach, as opposed to this other life coach? And I want you to think about that. And that difference, that unique selling point is going to be your red ocean. So you have a blue ocean that's open to everyone, and the red ocean is what you bring to the table that sets you apart from everybody else. Now, I want you to think of the red ocean and the blue ocean as being similar but different. And there's a little sliver, a little part of the ocean that overlaps. So that's going to be your purple ocean. It's got that big blue ocean, but it's got your little spin on it. And that is the purple part of the sea where you are niched down. So what that means is, yes, you can help everyone in your red ocean. You can help everyone in the blue ocean. But when you focus on the purple ocean, you are the go-to person in that purple ocean. Okay, so this is where the blue and the red collide, and this is where you become the most lucrative. You put your own spin on it, your own personality, and it makes you very special. And this helps position you as an expert rather quickly, because if someone's coming to find a functional medicine doctor, and they can go to millions of functional medicine doctors in the blue ocean, but they're coming to someone who is a thyroid specialist, and that's you, or a diabetes specialist, and that's you. Well, now you've got your purple ocean, and you become the expert in thyroids or in diabetes or whatever it is in your business. Apply it to your business. So you'll become known for that one thing. Now, there's two ways to go with this. Number one, you can switch to high ticket selling where you are solving one problem and you are constantly repeating that system and creating a repeatable system in your business so you don't have to recreate the wheel. Or you could become really well known in your niche, and then as you get stronger and bigger and have a bigger following and you have more and more clients, then you can start to expand out when you become more established. So when you niche down, and the reason why we do this is because you become very familiar with the problems and the solutions of that industry. And then you become the go-to person that your current clients will refer you out to their friends in that same industry. So if you need help coming up with your message here in the niche, it is something that I recommend you do when you get to that point. And in fact, if you need help with that, you should listen to my last podcast because I just talked about it, about how you can attract your niche with the language that you're using. So check out that last podcast. But basically, you want to have a pretty narrow niche, and then you're extremely focused. So I do other things, for example, in my business, but I'm specifically focused and specialize in health and wellness. And I say 90% of my business is health and life coaches, functional medicine doctors, spiritual healers, anyone with a little bit of woo-woo in them. That's about 90% of my business. But I do have clients that I've had for a really long time, and I do sometimes, with special circumstances, take on other clients that I know I can help, and they are not in the health and wellness field. But I've been doing this for a really long time. So that's because I'm established. I can branch out a little bit more. But I'd say 90% of my business is health and wellness. So this also helps you scale really faster when you're niche down, because when you're very specific, you talk about this one problem, and then everyone knows that when they have that problem, they have to go to you. And then therefore finding you becomes easier. More people will refer to you when they have that issue, or they hear about somebody having that issue. They know that you're that go-to person. And as time goes by, that's what you become known for. And it also saves you a lot of time from having to come up with several solutions for several different types of people. Instead, you solve the problem once, you get really, really good at it. You don't recreate the wheel every time. You just get really, really good at solving that one problem. And then you have a repeatable system that you can scale because you can help a lot of people by doing the same thing. And from a business perspective, that's much easier on you. Now, if you don't know how to niche down or you don't know what you should narrow down to create your niche, maybe you're just starting out, I would say it's okay. Take a deep breath. Don't get caught up in this. I heard I have to niche down. What am I supposed to do? Don't worry about it. Just float around a little bit. See who you enjoy working with. See which people are attracted to you, who keeps coming towards you into your tribe, and see who you're getting the most business from. When I first started marketing, I was helping a handful of health and life coaches because I was one. And I started doing marketing and I started helping my life and health coaching friends. So I had a handful of them. And then I branched out because people were like, oh, can you run my marketing? And I had just started my marketing agency. I'm like, sure. So I ran marketing for e-commerce. I ran marketing for copywriters, for resume writers, for orthodontists, for functional medicine doctors. I ran marketing for a whole bunch of things, bakeries, restaurants. And I realized that I have a passion for health and life coaching. And that was obvious because I was a health and life coach before that. But even with my children, we try to eat only organic foods, and I teach yoga, and I'm just really passionate about health and wellness. So I thought, why not combine the best of both worlds? And I felt totally in my element with the spiritual healers and the nutritionists and the integrative health professionals. And I realized that that is where I feel at home, and that is where I thrive. So there was no need to search everywhere. So that is the majority of my business now. And do I take on other clients? Yeah, sometimes I do. It depends if I think I can help them or not. But if I do, then I'm very, very specific with who I take on outside the niche. I don't just say, oh, I'll help everybody. Because if you say you help everybody, you end up helping nobody. So don't stress out too much if this is new to you. Play around a bit and see what ignites you. See what that fire in your belly starts burning. That's when you know this is it. And then try to do more of that and see, where that lands you and see where you feel like your soul is aligned. And then you've hit the right niche. So if you have not yet hit the right niche, don't worry about it. Keep going with the flow. But when that time comes, you feel like, wow, my soul is aligned, or you feel that fire in your belly, then you landed on it. And that's when I'd say start thinking about your marketing message. Start thinking about how you can use your copy, the words on the page, the words on your website, the words that you're using in their posts and your content on social media to attract that type of person so you can get more of them. Okay, I hope this helps. And if you are interested in getting our help with any of this, the marketing message or niching down or creating the right content to attract your ideal target market, reach out to us. We'd love to help you. You can apply to work with us at go.melissmarketing.com/apply, and I'll see you next time. If you loved this episode, head over to iTunes to subscribe and leave us a review so we can reach more people and share our content with those that can benefit most.
Thanks for listening to the Marketing Tips with Meliss podcast at www.marketingtipswithmeliss.com.
Oh, wait, before you go, if you think you'd like to work with the Meliss marketing team one-on-one, I invite you to apply for your first class strategy call. This process is just as much an interview for us, seeing if you're a great fit for our agency, as it is for you, seeing if we are your great fit. Unlike other agencies, we only take on clients we know we can help. So if you think you're ready to get support with your content creation, lead magnets, sales funnels, and/or Facebook ads, let our agency help you take your business to the next level. Each month, we open up just a few spaces on our client roster for your opportunity to be able to work with our amazing team. Apply now at go.melissmarketing.com/apply, and we look forward to speaking with you soon.